It's visible. All right, it says I'm live. Not sure why this is. I think that's better. Got the overhead lights on. I'll sit over here. You can see my light there. Just trying to figure out where to sit. So, good morning. I am doing my live in the house. I'm going to run this for an hour. So, if you're here, welcome. Make sure I can here. Just trying to figure out where to sit. Okay. So I do have volume. Got my little ring right there. I don't know why usually it's real bright here. Let me move that. Not really better. Decided to do my live in the house. So I've got a fire going. It's you can see it over there. It's like 27 degrees here, so it's not very warm. It's supposed to get up to 54 by like 2 o'clock. So yeah. So good day. Um, Hey, Richie, there's my moderator. Hey, good morning. Well, for me, it's morning. What time is it there? Let's see. It's probably just chilling. It's good to see you. Thank you. Can you see me okay? I guess it's bright, but the camera, um, it looks kind of 3 p.m. Okay, so pre-dinner. So this is a good time. Yeah, I think I asked you that the last time you were on a Sunday morning live. So, um, awesome. See you too, Cuddle Bear, Cuddly Bear. Um, yeah. So, anyways, just gonna run this for an hour. So we'll see who comes on. And I apologize. I didn't get my Wednesday live and drive done. I planned it, and Wednesday morning, I was told by a local realtor that they wanted to walk our property and show it, and they wanted to block out like 2.5, 3 hours of time. And it was right in the middle of the day. So there's no way I could have done the live. And they ended up being here a little over 3 hours. So by the time they left, I was trying to fix dinner. So I never got my live done. And I never did a Thursday one because that was my backup plan, because I got down to Grand Junction early, and then I had a call that they wanted to show the house. I couldn't even get back in time, but I did end up coming back to where I live. And yeah, so I didn't get a live done. So, anyways, so what's new with you? I know you got some videos to watch. I started on one of them, and I think I commented on it. If not, I liked it. I know for sure. And I got a phone call. I never got back to it. So I've got quite a few of yours to watch. So, which I'll do today. Um, I do have a showing at 4 to 4:30. A couple came up yesterday from Grand Junction, which is an hour, a little over an hour away. And but you're on my live. That's special. Anyways, I was in the house, and at one point, I know I was vacuuming. I was back in the back bedroom. And so I don't know if I didn't hear him or what. And I had my phone on the charger because I kept getting this thing for an update. So I went ahead and just put it on the charger to get it done. It was like middle of the day. In fact, it was like 1:10. And so my phone actually I was off. I had the iPad out here somewhere, but I was vacuuming. And about an hour later, I noticed a message when my phone came back on after updating and said that there were some people here that wanted to see the house. They were out front. I never heard the dogs bark. So I don't think they knocked. The lady said, "Well, we were there and you didn't come to the door." And I'm like, I would have heard my dogs. Two were in the backyard and one was inside sleeping. But, anyways, I think they might have driven in the driveway. So they're coming back today to look at it, but they can't come till this afternoon. So, anyways, so there's that. But yeah, so fingers crossed. We've had three, four, this will be the fourth showing just this week. So the spring weather is helping. And, the snow, we had snow 2 days ago. It's all gone because yesterday got up to 47 and today's going to be maybe in the 50s. So. Hey, Karen, you can't sleep. Hi, dear. How are you? So, Karen, I wanted to ask you a question on your new channel. Are you going to keep it going? Are you going to uh, post to both? I think you're posting to both. I mean, I'm subscribed to both. So, um, but anyways, thank you both for being here. So, I was telling Richie, Karen, that I have a couple showings. I have a showing this afternoon, but we've had four. This will be the fourth one this week. So we have a couple coming up from Grand Junction, an hour away at about 4 to 4:30 this afternoon. So anyway, so yeah, there's that. Today is the start of the Iditarod. So I used to raise Siberian Huskies. Um, so I'm a diehard Husky fan um, and I follow everything. I've mushed dogs. I've mushed dogs in Alaska. So anyways, so it starts yesterday was the ceremonial start in Anchorage, and today is the restart in Willow. And it's early still. It won't get going till around 11 Alaska time, which is like right now it's 5 in the morning there. So so they got a little bit of time, but I have been to the Iditarod. So I've collected dogs for teams. It's the only thing I haven't done is I haven't been to Nome yet to the very end. So I'll get there one of these days. Ah, that's cool. We have a carnival. I noticed at our mall they were setting up carnival rides. So I was down there Thursday. It snowed Friday, so I didn't go down. So I think the carnival probably over the weekend. Yes, it's very early in the morning there, Karen, for you. So, but I'm glad you're here. But I guess if I see you, it means you couldn't sleep. So, um, on that note, so of course it's daylight saving time for us. And Richie, I guess you guys does. I guess everybody does it. I thought there was some countries that didn't do daylight saving time, but we all lost an hour of sleep, and I woke up at 3 a.m. here and couldn't sleep. Yeah, I have some videos of yours to watch, Richie, and I'll catch up on those today, I promise. So, um, today is also National Oregon Day. So, I like to do like three things. So, um, and it celebrates the history and the culture and the beauty of Oregon, which is the 33rd state. And it was and of course, you guys are in two different countries, so you probably don't care about National Oregon Day, but um, it's on the Pacific Coast. Okay, so there's Canada, and then there's Washington, Oregon, California. That's the West Coast, and then Mexico which is a different country. So those three states are the west coast of the United States, and Oregon and Washington are the Pacific Northwest. Um, and so it was founded in on Valentine's Day in 1859. So, um, anyways, there's that. And today, on what was the date? In 1979, Philips came out with the CD, the first one, the prototype for the CD, for the compact disc. It was demonstrated its first use publicly on this day in 1979. And what was cool about that, let me put on my readers because I printed out more. Uh, it was a major step in the transition from analog vinyl to digital audio. That's what started it. And within 9 years, in 1988, CDs surpassed vinyl. And that's pretty big for the 70s when you think back that far. By 1988, it was all CDs. So that was pretty cool. And Philips collaborated with Sony to make the jump from just demonstrating a prototype. They then later in 1979, they partnered with Sony, and Sony actually was the one that was really behind the compact disc. So I just thought that was cool. I love music, so. Um, and then last but not least, my saying for today is the road goes on forever and the party never ends. So that is from a 1989 country western song by the Highwaymen did it, but Robert Earl Keen. I just like that saying. And it actually, if you listen to the song, it's the story of a waitress and a petty criminal that fall in love and go on the road and do this whole crime spree. So it's kind of a ballad song by Robert Earl King from 1989. So anyways, and he was a country music singer, song. I mean, he is. He's still alive, as far as I knew. Um, I saw him at a fairgrounds in probably 1990 or something, 91 in Arizona. He was playing, and he's from Texas, I believe. So, anyways, that's my three things for the day. So, um, put my pen away. Um, so yeah. So, anyways, it's good to see you both here. Hopefully, we get some more. A rain suit onesie thingy, so when it rains, oh, okay, go out and, well, that's cool. So you can do a Gene Kelly on us, dancing in the rain, singing in the rain. You could do that. Um, Gosh, March is flying by. Today is the 8th. So, uh, yeah, you could do that for us, Richie. Do a Gene Kelly type, thing. I know you're capable of that. So, um, and what do you guys got? So, Karen, I did ask you a question. I don't know um, if your new channel's going to stay live. So, because I know you were posting on it, and I think you're posting double. So, um, I actually have got a second channel in the works, but I'm not going to start it till I at least have 500 subscribers on this one. Um, and I'm going to have that channel too, and kind of I'm going to take some of my playlists and move it over to the other channel, but I'm not going to do it yet. So, um, and keep this channel almost 100% RV life related, because I think I've got too much stuff going on. I've got cooking, I've got all the dog stuff, kayaking and e-biking. Those kayaking, e-biking, I'll probably keep on this channel. Maybe some of the dog stuff. But see, I used to have a pet channel. I used to have a dog channel with a friend of mine, and she was teaching obedience and where you set up the little course and they run through, what do they call that? Anyway, she had all that. And so she would do demonstrations on that. And then I was grooming dogs at the time because the recession going on here. I got out of real estate and for like 6 years and then got back in it in 2016. But during the recession, I was doing holistic dog care and dog grooming. So I had a little shop, little commercial building I've sold in my town here. Um, and so I was doing that. And then together we had a product line. We were making things to sell. We were making dog collars and pet stuff, bandanas. And anyways, that channel was huge, and it wasn't monetized because they didn't do that then, but we had banner ads at the bottom, and we did get revenue from the banner ads. But about 2013 or 14, we had a big falling out. She actually was engaged to a good friend of mine, and she was fooling around with somebody else, and I called her on it, and we just we're no longer friends. She moved to Wisconsin, I think, with that guy. Really hurt a good friend of mine. That's a real good friend of mine and my husband. In fact, he had a heart attack last year and passed away. But anyways, but we couldn't agree on the channel. I tried to just give her some money and take over the channel. She wouldn't let me. She wanted it, and I wouldn't give it to her. So we shut it down. I deleted all my content. She deleted all hers, and and shut down that channel. I didn't even keep the channel. I just shut it. It was my channel. April 2nd. Hopefully we'll use my birthday money. Oh, nice. Nice. Awesome. Richie, do you work? Do you have a job other than YouTube? Do you have income source? Um, I mean, I'm not being nosy, and it's none of my business. I just wondered if you have a job, a day job, or I know you told me once you stay home and I think watch your mom, or be there for her. But yeah. Um, so Karen, wish me good luck. I was telling Richie, but we have a showing later. So, and this couple came up yesterday, and supposedly I was here, and they said I didn't come to the door. They didn't knock. I don't even think they got out of their car, but they probably pulled up in the driveway. I don't work. I got a learning disability. Oh, oh, and two brothers work. I just stay awesome and make videos. Well, that's a job. Yeah, it's a job. And do the chores. So there you go. So you're like a reverse housewife, because housewives stay home and do chores, and they don't, have an outside job, you know. And yet that's a full-time job. Cleaning house and doing all that's huge. So um hold on a second. I think snow fell off our roof. I heard something at the door, and I just wanted to make sure Brooke, our English Springer Spaniel, wasn't at the door trying to get out. She's 13. Yeah, 13. Should be 14 the end of May. But she's got a big soft tissue sarcoma, and it's starting to really affect her bladder. Like last night, she actually did pretty good. We didn't go to bed because of the time change. It actually was the new midnight when the time we finally got to bed. So he put her out. I got up with her at 2:10 and then came back to bed. And she didn't go out till I got back up. Um, well, I got up at 3 because I couldn't sleep. And Ryan and I got on my little love seat over here and sort of snuggled. I didn't really sleep, but finally at about 5:50, I wanted to make coffee. So I went up and got her out, made her go out with Rye and Lobo. He was in then too. So, um, but anyway, she's incontinent now, and so I hope she makes her birthday. But she's John's dog, and he's going to be devastated. So, um, but yeah. But what else? What else? What else? So we're going into spring. We got green grass out there. We never have green grass in March. We have birds coming back. I mean, I live at almost 8,000 feet. We lose all our birds in the wintertime, and we don't get the hummers come around. We can get them around Easter, whenever Easter was this year, it's in April. We don't ever get them in March, but when Easter's in April, like this year, we will get sometimes early hummingbirds, but we normally don't see them till May Day, May 1st, between May 1st and Mother's Day. We get the hummingbirds back. And we have them for a very short time because by August they leave and start heading back down South America. So, but we have birds. We have finches. We haven't got robins yet. Robins show up usually first, but we got finches and we got blue jays all this week until the snow Friday. And we had like total of like 10 inches of snow between Thursday night and Friday night. And then it all started melting yesterday. And it's green grass out there again. So, but like I said, I did start a fire because it's cold outside. It's 27 degrees, but it's perfect blue skies. So there's not a cloud in the sky that I can see. So, anyways, and also I scheduled this live, and I actually found a way if I go in and make it horizontal and then edit the title and all that, and then go back and just don't close the screen. I just left it open on my phone. Then I can keep it horizontal. If I close the screen, it makes me go vertical. I just don't like the vertical stuff. I feel like you're looking at somebody like this, and then if they move, you lose them. I like the horizontal stuff. That's why I don't do a lot of shorts. I don't film that way. My camera, I'm always holding it, like that, sideways. Um, I don't film shorts, so um, and I guess now you can go live at the same time. I don't know how to do that yet. Horizontal, horizontally, horizontally, and vertically at the same time. I was on a live yesterday morning and she was doing both. The funny thing was the people that were commenting on the vertical, we couldn't see on the horizontal and vice versa. She was seeing them both because she had a phone going and an iPad or something, her laptop going. And so she was watching both of them and she was commenting and we could all hear her. But though I was on the horizontal one, like I always am. And then the vertical one, she was talking to those people. But the chat, what you guys are doing, the written part was not showing on the other chat. So, and that I guess is something new. Um, I do know that a couple people that do the vertical lives get more people. And I have had to do them a couple times when I've set them up and they wouldn't go horizontal when I've opened the live up after I set it up and closed it. Then it makes me go vertical. You get more people because I guess it goes to the short feed. I don't know if you guys know anything about this. But I still don't like doing it. And I thought I did this today and I thought, well, if it goes vertical, I'll just deal with it. The last time I did that, I had like 141 people. And now, what do we got? 3 or 2? I'm one of them because the iPad's logged in. So, um, but I guess Sunday mornings aren't a real good time. Maybe I'll go back to Sunday afternoons. I know, Karen, it's easier for you. I can't go too late because then Richie, it's too late for him. So. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured out a good time. I like the Wednesday lives, but I've missed 2 in a row now. One for weather. So that was when that storm was coming in. It told me to get off the road, so I headed home. And then that live ended up being 2 hours after it was supposed to be from my dining room table watching it snow. And then I lost the signal. So that live, I don't even know if I posted that one. I think it's private. It's like, it was 10 minutes and it's all glitchy. So I think it's in the private setting because I don't think I had a couple people. Um, that's okay. You can multitask. So you're a good moderator. You can multitask. Um, yeah. But anyways, I gotta figure out time. Maybe just once a week right now. The thing with the Sunday ones, as the weather gets nicer, I probably won't be home because I do a lot of I could do videos, but so if I go up the road, I lose cell service. So it isn't going to work with me going live. I can't take the Starlink with me to have, but I literally, we're like right now where I'm at, to use my phone on a call, I have to be Wi-Fi assist. So if the Wi-Fi goes down, which we're Starlink now, and knock on wood, we haven't had any problem with, even in the snowstorm. Um, but I lose service. So that's going to have to be a video. And I'll take my e-bike. I ride up into the national forest and at least the BLM. So I do that a lot. I kayak a lot on Sunday as it gets warmer. And so I don't think I'll be able to do Sunday morning lives. I could probably do an evening one, but I might just let those go away and do a Wednesday, make Wednesday my live day. And it's just a good day for me. I don't usually Instacart on Wednesdays because it's a slow day. You have the weekend, you have people Monday, Tuesday that didn't go shopping over the weekend. Wednesday is a slow day in my town because Grand Junction, all the coupons come out on Thursday for Thursday and Friday, and those are big shopping days. So, um, candy and take away burger. Huh? Can't complain. Yeah, carnivals are fun. Um, Karen, you still here, or did I lose you? Um, uh, what was I saying? Oh, but anyway, so I got to figure out something, especially like, and let you know, Richie, keep it that way. Wednesday's just a good day. And if I'm here, I could do it from here. I could do it from Little Ruby. I could do it from the house. I could do it outside. Um, yeah, I don't see her here, but well, it's middle of the night and she gets on here when she can't sleep. Um, so, but yeah, I just don't think these Saturday morning would be good, but I watch a couple Saturday ones that I don't want to miss. So I'd have to do super early on Saturday. And really, Saturdays are going to be just as busy as Sundays. Um, okay, I see 3 people here, so I think she's still on here. Karen, are you here? Here, I'll take it. Hey, Muddy, Ann, that was so cool that you saw the sisters on the fly. So I have to ask, whose trailer did you like? Whose did you vote for? Awesome. Thank you for sharing the channel. Richie's my moderator. And so, yeah, you'll have to tell me about that. So I am the Colorado ambassador for Sisters on the Fly, and I do a lot of rallies too. Um, and yeah, I'm going, hopefully, we're not moving, going to one in Idaho in May. It's like the middle of May. Me and one of the other Sister on the Fly girls. A little Winnie. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's so funny you were in that campground. When you said that and you said cast iron, I'm thinking, that sounds like the sisters event there. That's why I asked you what campground you were in on something you had posted on one of my posts, I guess. And then I saw you on Kelly's live. And yeah, that's funny. So small world. Yeah. Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. I haven't camped with her, but our convention was last September, our the 25th anniversary for Sisters on the Fly. And uh they showcased that with the outhouse. It's kind of cool. Yeah, that's way cool. So it's cool what people, sorry, I don't know if you guys see that, but I got some stuff for sale and people are on Messenger messaging me. So um have you? Yeah, cool. So have you seen the sisters deal? Because they do that. That one is I believe, is it spring break there? I know we're not spring break quite yet. Ours is still not next week, but the following week. So yeah, forget her name too, but they showcased that on one of the sisters was videoing it. So I can't think of her name, but um, anyways, so thank you for joining my life. It's a lot smaller than Grandma's Kelly's. um, but I was just discussing, I think I'm going to give up the Sunday morning lives as it gets nicer weather. I usually go e bike riding, mountain bike riding, or kayaking on Sunday mornings. It's kind of been my thing. Uh, so I I think I'll let the Sunday ones go and just concentrate on a Wednesday. I guess I'm gonna try Richie since you're the moderator. Wednesday at noon. Let's try that again for this coming Wednesday and see how it goes. Yeah, and gosh, she's got I can't believe how many she has. That's a cool channel. So something I don't do, I've never done. I joined her channel as a member. I don't do that. I mean, because I would do it on every channel I have, but I really like the community. And I am like I know a lot of you guys, I imagine you guys are, I know Angie and Rick, they are big time with the metal detecting. Um, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I know that's true, Richie. Yeah. But we have one, it's an older one. So I was on who she's partnered with. Yeah, I was on their website a couple days ago looking. I've got a couple of them I'm looking at to get a new one and keep it in Ruby and take it and do more metal detective. We've always just like when we go to Vega and the water's down, we get the one out that we have, and it's a good one, but it's probably somebody gave it to me on a camping trip probably 20 years ago. John's used it a few times. He's taken it places. Yes, the warehouse. Thank you. Um, so so yeah, I have a couple I was looking at, not super high dollar. It's not gonna, I've got so many things. I mean, I could probably really get into it, but it's fun when I do it. The last time I took ours out was I went to Lake Powell with Sisters on the Fly last summer sometime, and I took it, and I didn't find anything, really expensive. But I found a lot of metal stuff, junk stuff to throw away, but it's still fun when that thing goes off. It's so fun. So, anyways, um, so yeah, the warehouse. So, but anyways, and then they have a drawing for one right now. So I did that too. I put my email address in for that to see. Um, but yeah, it's fun. I'm into coins because my grandpa was into coins and I have a lot of old coins. So I follow a couple coin channels and they also, some of them do metal detecting. Not all of them. Some of them just collect coins. But I mean, if you're going to do that, you might as well metal detect. Maybe you'll find one. So, oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. See, well, not today. I think it's thawing out, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to use one in the winter around here. But taking it like I'm normally in Arizona, January, February, and I didn't go this year. Um, so it'd be great down there in the desert. In Parker, where I move from, I get tired of Quartzsite, so I go to Parker right there along the river. I think I boondock there. Xterra, I saw those Xterras. Yeah. I was looking at all of them, reading some, and they're so, like they got the apps now, I mean, ours is just old school. It's got a rechargeable battery, which maybe they've done that for years. Oh, wow. In the driveway. Hey, that's cool. Um, huh. Ain't for kids. It's not for kids, huh, Richie? Okay, starts nice and gets funny. Oh, and rude. Okay. Well, when we hang up, I'll watch. I'm behind on some of your stuff, so for good reason, huh? Okay. Well, cool. That's good. You can multitask. You can moderate this thriving live, but I appreciate everybody on here. So, um, and time change happened. Uh, so we all lost an hour of sleep. I wasn't sleeping good anyway. So, oh, we have a showing later at 4 to 4:30. So I'm hopeful about that. Because people were up here yesterday, pulled a brochure, supposedly came in the driveway. I was here, but at one point I was in the back vacuuming, and I would have heard the dogs. So I don't think they even got out of their car. And if they didn't knock, the dogs didn't go off because the healers were in the backyard. Brooke was in here sleeping. Of course, she's part deaf now that she's older, but she still hears. And they would have heard the doorbell or a knock and barked, and I would have heard that. So, anyways, I had put my phone on the charger to do the update early, and when I got it off the charger an hour later, I saw this missed call about the house, and I called instantly. And we're already back almost to Grand Junction, so we'll come up tomorrow. So oh, right, yeah, I know that's true. Time zone change, yeah. So, um, yeah, I wish we'd just stay on this one. This is the daylight saving time. I just think, and when I lived in Arizona, and see, we're thinking of moving back there. Maybe we won't. If you're part of the state does change though, but where I lived before, I didn't change. So, and we're looking east of there. So I have a feeling that's closer to the Indian reservations, and that is Indian reservations are the reason they don't change. So I just wish they pick one as long as it was one or the other and we all got used to it. But I really like this one because of the longer days, because we've been getting dark at 5:30, quarter to 6, even as it's gotten, I mean, it was like 5:15 there for a while, a little after 5, and we were dark. But it's longer days now. Um, but yeah, I like this one. So anyways, but yeah, so what else? I'm trying to think. Speaking of clocks, I didn't take that one down to change, so I got to do that. Got to spring it ahead when I hang this up. Um, uh, yeah, nothing new here. What's new with you guys? I'm just so trying to sell this house. I got a Moab camping trip with Sisters on the Fly in 2 weekends. But I also, if this has an offer on it, or even a really good potential, I think we're going to hightail it to northern and northeastern Arizona and look at a couple houses, and actually one in western New Mexico too. Um, hey, Torchy, hi, good morning. Gosh, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. How are you? I guess none of us won the gold coin, huh? I I Yeah, I know people are coming in, Richie. Yeah. Yeah. Camping with your family in a couple weeks. Yeah. I love I like winter camping. I just have not done much with it. I sold my truck in December because it was going over 100,000 miles, and I won an F-250. I had the F-150, and it was 5 years old. It was time for something new. I usually trade them in at 100,000 because I do a lot of driving, and I like to be able to rely on my vehicle. Connie Barnes. Yeah, okay. A silver coin. Okay, so none of us won the gold then. Huh. Huh. Okay, I've seen Connie on Grandma's chats. So, well, that's cool. And that's it out of all those people? One? Huh. Wow. Hmm. So, what are you up to, Torchy? What's your latest? I guess you're all moved and unpacked. Yes. Thank you, Richie. Thank you for subbing. Um, it's a good community. So Richie, we're all on has a horseshoe around her neck. Well, that's cool. That's awesome. Um, we're all on Grandma Kelly's, what is it? Clean and simple life, clean living, clean. Um, anyways. She does metal detecting, and she's in a coin club. And they had a drawing yesterday for a gold coin and then 10 silver coins. Or if you didn't want the gold coin, you could take $500. Thank you, Anne. Clean life, clean living. Yes, Grandma Kelly's clean life, clean living. So, um, anyways, it's fun, and she does a Saturday morning um, uh, live, and then a Tuesday morning live. And I try to Tuesdays. I don't always get. I'm usually driving, um, and that is a day I babysit the grandkids. So I'm running around getting all my errands done in Grand Junction, and then that's the day I almost always babysit my grandkids, pick them up from school, and spend about an hour and 20 minutes with them before one of or both parents get home. So, anyways, I do Fridays too, usually, but I haven't done the last couple, and they're getting ready to go on spring break. So, um, huh, March the coin game. Yeah, I don't. Just having tea. Yeah, we have birds. I mean, here I am, high altitude, Western Colorado, in the mountains, and we have birds because it's so spring-like. Like today's maybe going to get to the low 50s, at least 47, 48, but there's a chance that it'll get to 52 or 54. So there's Karen. You're back, hon. Did you fall asleep? I know it's middle of the night there in Australia. So, um, yeah, I'm not a gamer. I mean, you know, a lot of people are. My grandsons are. Um, I just, I just never got into that. I mean, Pac-Man. What was the other one? Not. I mean, I played games since then. I play Mario Brothers with them when I babysit. Robins and ducks at the campground. Yeah, we haven't got robins yet. I mean, they're usually our first bird, but we have blue jays and we have finches out there right now. Because our birds leave for the winter. And I haven't seen any robins. They're usually the first ones as the ground thaws. So I don't know where they're at. We won't see hummingbirds probably till May, late April, May. It's usually May Day to Mother's Day. And then they leave in like August. Like the last ones to get here are the Rufuses, and they're only here for like 30 days. They leave in August and start heading back down to the tip of South America. And then all the other ones start following by September. They're gone. So when I had a garden, my growing season, last frost was sometime around Mother's Day. You're kind of safe to get stuff in the ground, but you better get it out of the ground by Labor Day. So I barely would get 100 days. So I didn't have a real long growing season. I'd start stuff about mid to late March in the greenhouse. And I was straw bale gardening, and that I could plant that earlier because the straw bales retain the heat. I couldn't put anything in the ground till sometime after mid May, but corn doesn't do good here. I could get okra, I could get broccoli, I could get all the brassicas. They're okay. Carrots and radishes, stuff like that, but nothing major. Squash, summer squash early, and I would actually plant winter squash in like August because it would then be the only thing growing out there because the ground we'd already had frost. Sometime around Labor Day, we usually have our first frost, so it's just too high. So I'm looking forward to moving lower and where I can have a garden again. You had snow this weekend. We had snow Thursday night and Friday night, and now it's all gone. It was so windy yesterday. Um, Corn, yeah, where you're at, yeah, yeah. I love to grow corn, but we're 2 hours away from Olathe. I don't know if you've heard of Olathe sweet corn. So we just go there and get corn. Um, it's good. Oh, I'll have to watch that too, huh? Yeah. I'll look for it. Um, we're supposed to get snow Wednesday, I think, or Thursday. There's a chance of snow, but every few days it's warming up quite a bit. It's going to be in the 50s for high, even up here in Grand Junction will be like in the 60s. So that's getting close to 70. I think our winter's over. Feed corn where you're at? Okay. Our relatives in Cushing, Iowa, they're all surrounded by feed corn too. And soybeans. They have the same stuff. They're in western Iowa. Um, so yeah, I love gardening, but yeah, I wanted to check that out because you mentioned that before, Torchy. So I want to check out that live cam. I haven't yet. So so back when I lived in California as a little girl, we had relatives that lived on Vancouver Island. And those, like in the course of 5 or 6 years, we went up there, like 3 family reunions were up there. And I remember that going on the ferry and stuff. And then they moved to mainland. They were where did they go? They stayed in British Columbia, but they went way up there. And then we never had a family. They'd come down, then we started having all our family reunions in Washington or Oregon because it was middle. Because I had relatives from Idaho and then them, and then the rest of us were all California. So um, I have to look that up on the map. If I mean, they're long gone. They were older than my parents. But I think they just got too, when they moved there, they had retired, I guess. And so then it just got too hard to live. They needed to be closer to doctors. And there wasn't a lot there. I remember it was a cute town, though. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Flatlanders, yeah. I'm going to be a Flatlander. And, well, not quite. I'll live in the mountains in northern Arizona or New Mexico. John wants to check out the hill country in Texas. I don't want to go that far south. I want to stay close to I-40 because I'm zipping along Route 66, east or west. That's how I travel, anyways. I mean, here I use I-70, but I'm planning on being very much involved even after the 100th anniversary celebration of Route 66. I actually, one of the towns we're looking at is just not even an hour from Winslow, Arizona, and Holbrook, right on Route 66. I want to get in one of the associations, and I just think that'd be a fun thing to do. So, well, hello, Zay. Are you at work? Are you working? Or it's good to see you here. Thank you for joining my live. Um, let's see. I got about 15 more minutes. I do have to clean the house. We have a showing at 4 to 4:30 here, so I'm hopeful say some good juju for me. I sure am working. So day shift, yeah. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna let you know because it's when I do Route 66, it's gonna be the fall. Because I was on 3 different groups. One was doing it in the spring, and I kind of got off of that one. Then it was a big summer group. Well, it was a small summer group that was going to be 6 to 8 of us with vintage trailers. And not a sisters on the fly because I tried to do one and they wouldn't let me limit it. I have to open it to all kinds of vehicles. So I'm not doing it with sisters on the fly. I'm doing it with vintage trailers group that I'm in here in Colorado. And but they were only going to do 6 to 8. And there was the core of us, and now they decided to double it and maybe even triple it. I'm not going with that big of a group. I'll do it by myself. I have to. I've done Route 66. I just haven't done it from east to west coast in one thing. And I'm going to do 3 weeks. So I'm going to do it in September, talking to a couple ladies around here. There'll probably be 2 or 3 of us. And we're just going to go do it. There'll be other people. We might get in with some bigger caravans. I don't want to be with a big group because you got breakdowns people, like you're going to travel so much per day and people are lagging and it's stretching it out. I want to do it on my time frame. And the fact that I've done Route 66 in chunks and I've done it from West Coast to East Coast to the Illinois border. It took a month to do that. I have not done it with a vintage trailer, though. All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, we're going to end it here pretty soon, but thanks for joining us. It's good to see you. Don't work too hard. Are you overall, you got pretty sick again, I guess, but I'm sure you're fine by now. It's been a couple weeks, I think, or a good week anyways. But thanks for joining. So yeah, I'm excited about Route 66, but I got to get the house sold because then I can relax and do the trip. So it's all gone. Get. Stay healthy. Don't give it to your wife. So, um, yeah, we'll go 10 more minutes. And so thank you for being here. All of you. I appreciate it. Um, and that's my big trip. I do have my own Sisters on the Fly trip that I haven't scheduled. It might be in July, but it's going to depend on where I'm living because it was a Colorado, Utah, Idaho, and Nevada hot springs trip. And I was going to start in Colorado. I could still do that, from Arizona or New Mexico. I just don't know dates yet, so I haven't posted it. And it'll be Sisters on the Fly. And I have a core group here of 18 of us that we do a lot of stuff together between Moab. We have 2 ladies from Moab, and the rest of us are Western Colorado. Um, 2 of us are up here on the mountain. The rest of them are Junction or along the I-70 corridor to the Continental Divide. So half of the state. There's 18 of us. So good. I'm glad. Women have really good constitutions most of the time. I mean, my husband will get sick and I don't get it. So knock on wood. Watch. Uh, Dragon inside sit with him. Huh. All this 3D printed stuff. I was watching a video last night and the guy had a 3D printed, so he converted it's SUV RVing, and the guy just took a Honda Element, like a 2005 Element. He hit a deer in Canada with his he had a RAV4. Anyways, that's his. They have a bigger one that they take when his wife goes, but he does a lot of camping on his own. Anyways, on the Honda Elements, you can't open the back hatch from the inside. And so to be able to like get in there and set up your vehicle for sleeping in and then pull the hatch shut, you couldn't do any of that. He had a button 3D printed. I don't even know how that works. It just blows my mind with all this 3D printed stuff. But he can push the button and then he had a leather strap added. And so he has to push it pretty hard. It's new. And then he can then open the hatch and then he uses the handle to close it from the inside. So now he can get in and out of his car from the back. I mean, he's got the side doors too, but this is when he's in, like if he wakes up in the morning and wants to have a cup of coffee and watch the sunrise, then he can open the hatch. Um, so this 3D printed stuff is just amazing what you can do. You can 3D print anything, I guess. So, um, um, anyways, but yeah, it just blows my mind. Like you said, well, I want to make that into a thing. So you 3D print it. I don't know how durable. I mean, like when you 3D print, Richie, is it durable? Like, how do you decide what material it's made out of? Is that what the printer? I mean, is it plastic? I guess it's got to be plastic. That's what this was. So I didn't see any metal to it. So I'm just not sure the durability. Um, And he even commented, he goes, it's really stiff. And he said, I'm going to have to work with it and hopefully it doesn't break. So maybe he's got backups. I guess if you can print one, you can print production. So it's mind boggling between AI and all that and then 3D printing. Yeah. Yeah. He just posted it. If you get a chance, go if you like watching that. It's SUV RVing. The guy's out of Wyoming. He does a lot of stuff in Colorado. His wife, I think, is a nurse. So she works like shift work, but he goes and that's what his job is. I actually found him because he was searching property in Arizona for off grid living. And I found him a few years ago because that's what I've been doing. Because even though I want to move to Arizona and we'll still have another house, it's downsizing from this one, definitely downsizing from property size. I still want an off grid property in Williams, Arizona. And I actually was looking at houses there. I don't want to live there. I want to live more east. I want to keep that for my thing to do. Because in the winter, when I go down there, I get bored in Quartzsite. I can't just park. So I'd have a piece of property to develop. And my mom died, and the money from her estate, I put it away just to do something like that because she wanted me to do something like that. So that's what I'm doing. That money is for me to develop piece of property. So when we move from Colorado, we're still going to have a hunting property here over by Fairplay to come to in the summer and get away from Arizona. But I will have that. That would be my thing. And I never had kids, so my heirs to my mom's and dad's money, but my mom outlived my dad by 20 years. Um, and died almost 3 years ago. On the 13th, it'll be 3 years. Um, that goes to my three grown nieces because I never had kids. So that's like blood. And that was a stipulation of her will. So, um, anyways, what time we got, guys? That clock's off. We got a few more minutes. So you guys can chat. um, I don't know what else to do. I'm excited about this showing though. The fact that they're coming back is good. So they got a brochure. They saw it on Zillow. I know all that from the phone call. I called the lady and we chatted a little bit. And she goes, "Well, we'll try to come up tomorrow." People say that. And it's like, yeah. She wanted to know if I was doing an open house. I said, "No, I'm not this weekend. I'm taking the weekend off. I normally do open houses on Saturdays." So 8:53 a.m. here. Right. Cause you're an hour earlier. Yeah. Um, Richie, a good because I'd watch it. I'd like to see how a 3D printer works. Make a video like that, and maybe that's what you're talking about. Taking photos, but a video about how that even works and how this guy could like he came up with it. It's a way because obviously there's a door latch from the outside, but he drilled into it from the inside, and then oh, you don't have a 3D. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't either, so I have no clue how he did this. I'm like, because he says in the video, and he just posted it yesterday. I mean, it's real easy to find if you want to go check out his channel. Um, but he started right off, and he's doing a tour of this Honda Element. Because after he hit the deer, he totaled his car in Canada. He limped it back to somewhere in northern Wyoming, then had a tow truck haul it off, and they totaled it. It was pretty high miles, so really, yeah. I guess I need to look at one because I'm not really sure. Yeah, play with it. Let me know then. I'm curious. I imagine there's some videos on there. I never thought about it. Hey, how are you? How's your I know you're probably got the van back by now, but have you got the van back by now? I felt so bad for the war wagon breaking down. But you did say, I think prior to that in that same video, that you were getting some work done. Yeah, I don't know anything about these 3D printers. I really don't. The technology is fabulous. If you can make things like that, I might want one. But yeah, Brian has a really cool vintage van life. And okay, you still don't have it. And you're probably on the road. I think you and Kathy were going to go somewhere on a road trip. So see, I watch. If I watch a video, I comment about something. That way people know I was there. So I haven't commented. I haven't watched that one. I'm so far behind, but I'm watching everybody's newer stuff and going backwards. So I had a couple weeks there. I didn't watch anybody's stuff and I got way far behind. But you were going to do some work on it anyways, right, Brian? You mentioned you were going to take it there. And I guess you have property down there or something. I know you something about Tucson. Yeah, I bet. I love New Mexico. We're so when this sells, we're gonna check out northwestern New Mexico and northeastern Arizona. I lived on the Mogollon Rim back in the 90s and early 2000s for 8 years. Well, I lived in an RV park between Payson and Star Valley. I spent a little bit of time in Apache Junction in those 8 years. This is with my ex. But I love the Mogollon Rim, but I want to go further east. And I don't want to be in Show Low, but I really like Vernon. Um, what is that? Springerville. What's the sister town? I want to say Eager. All that stuff on 62, and then going into uh, New Mexico there. And so kind of looking at houses and all that. I've got like 8 things I want to go look at. St. John's, thank you. Yes, I love St. John's. That was the other one I couldn't think of. I love St. John's. Snowflake, I don't want, not shallow. I want to be outside. I don't want to be just like here, we're an hour and 15 minutes from Grand Junction. That's close enough. But I want to be east of there. I like Heber and Overgarden. I have really good friends that live there. And that's where we're going to start staging stuff too once the house gets an offer, and then go down there. But that way I'll be in Arizona. So courtside will be easy for me. And oh, nice, nice. In St. John's, that's a cool town. I like that really well up there. So we'll be neighbors. Yeah. At a rest area, fifth wheel just lumped it on a flatbed. What? So were you headed home? Oh no. No more breakdowns. Yeah, yeah. I'll be in court. I mean, I'll be in courtside come hell or high water this year. So, um, I was gonna try to get down. It's just too late, and it got too hot. So, I've been down there in early March, and I thought I could have gotten away in late February. But this house, I got to get this house sold. It's just like driving me nuts that I can't. It's not sold. Um, so yeah, I love my little camper. It needs some work. I gotta do new skins, and I want to do them. Oh, on a flat tire. Okay. A flat tire is not too bad as long as it didn't damage it, because it can do that. So um but dang it. Yeah, we don't like breakdowns. Yeah. Ruby needs new tires. This is the year I get new tires. I do every 3 years. I don't go any longer than that. So I need to get them. Um looks okay. Good. Yes. I mean, when you blow out a tire, sometimes it takes the whole, like these vintages, it'll destroy them on the side. I was going to quartzite 2 years ago, past vintage on the side of 10, and didn't realize because it was on the off road. I couldn't see, and it was backed up traffic. But I later got to quartzite and realized it was a friend of mine, and they had blown out a tire, and it took out the whole side. It was a bigger vintage trailer than Ruby, a single axle though, so it was maybe 2 or 3 feet bigger. Um, yeah, it took out the whole side, just ripped up the metal and everything. Yeah. Well, guys, it's been an hour and I do have to clean my house. So, cracked, if there's a crack, putting in there. Eggs and our pointy sharp. Well, I'll have to watch that, Richie. I know nothing about gaming and all that. But yeah, it's intriguing. It's how you learn. So, broke a leaf spring last year at trash. Yeah, that'll do it too. Yeah, yeah. Luckily, I was able to fix it. Cool. Yeah. I've, knock on wood again, I haven't I've had flats, but just like slow leak flats in Ruby. This is the 6th year I've had that vintage. Um, so a lot of RVs. So, yes, thank you, Torchy. So, let's go backwards. Torchy, vintage, Brian, Muddy Mess, and Richie. I think Karen's still on here. Thank you guys. Um, that was nice. We had Zay. He's gone back to work. And did I miss anybody? So thank you for joining my live. I'm going to get clean in my house because I'm going to do windows. It's warm enough and I need to do the outsides. actually the back of the house. I got to do those. I haven't done them yet since like last fall. So usually there's 2 or 3 feet of snow out there this time. I wouldn't worry about it, but I'm going to. So, all right. Why is it being held? Yes, thank you all again. And this was fun. And I'll do a Wednesday noon live. So if you're able to, we're going to try that. Richie's my moderator. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping to do a live and drive, but we'll see. It might just be somewhere walking. So, all right. Take care. Bye for now. Hit the like. Yes, thank you, Brian. Yes, please, please hit that like button. Thank you. I always forget to say that. I'm not real good about that. Thank you, Brian. Thanks for being on my live. I'll try to catch your next one. I know I missed your Tuesday one. I've Tuesdays I babysit, so I if I have the kids, I'm kind of like present with them. I babysit the 2 grandkids. They're 10 now as of this week and almost 8. So down in Grand Junction. So bye.